So this is the apparatus for the sodium spectrum lab, and you have 2 meter sticks. They're at 90 degrees to each other. We're going to use a little bit of trigonometry to make some measurements and enter those into some calculations in order to determine the wavelength of the yellow lines in the sodium spectrum. There is a diffraction grating. The diffraction grating is a smaller version of the spectroscopic goggles of science that you worked with. You'll be using the diffraction grating at 3 different distances: 75 centimeters away from the junction, 50 meters away from the junction, and 25 centimeters away from the junction. These measurements are all in centimeters. There will be a flame here, and you'll be looking at the flame through the diffraction grating to see the shadowy image of the flame as it is displaced by the diffraction grating. And we'll show you videos of that live in class as students make those measurements. So once we get going, students are going to be looking through the diffraction grating way down here like this, and what they're looking for is the shadowy image somewhere out there, and they'll be looking at that through the grating or onto the other side. They'll have to make measurements on either side, and they'll be measuring this distance from the grating into the junction and then out to wherever the shadowy image appeared, and then they'll be calculating that hypotenuse. Okay, so we have 2 lookers left and right, and they're sighting down a meter stick all the way to a flame. Marissa, could you turn that flame on for us? That's the sodium flame. Okay, turn it off. And they're looking through this diffraction grating, which is displacing, which is displacing the image of that flame either off on one side or the other. Let's see if we can see this. Oh, no way. I got it perfect.
Oh shoot, I got it.
That's awesome. So that's way over there. Out, 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 in, stop.
Right here?
Right there. That's where I see it. So after spotting the deflection, we have that distance across that meter stick. We know this distance across this meter stick, and then we just have to calculate the hypotenuse of that right triangle. Thank you.
I lost.
Okay, Michaela, what's the distance of your diffraction grating?
Right now it's at 25 centimeters.
Well, it's 75.
Yeah, 75. Okay.
Go out a little, or a lot. Out more. Straighten out the bottom of your pencil. Out here is centimeter. Another one. Right there.
So that's where you see the image?
Yes.
Okay. And then we got to make that measurement